Good morning, children. Let's start a new lesson in General Science, Lesson 2 Animal Habitats and Adaptations. In this lesson, we are going to study about the habitat, adaptation, and migration. So, children, we see that there are so many different types of life form on earth. Some animals live in water and some on land. So the environment where an organism naturally lives and reproduces is called its habitat. Different organisms live in different habitats. They get food, shelter, air, water from their habitat. So now let us study about habitat. The habitat has been characterized into five different types. First one is the forest. The second is the desert. The third is the polar region and mountains. Fourth is the ocean. And the fifth is the freshwater. Now let us study all these habitats in brief. The first one, forests. So forest habitat usually have a large number of plants and trees. A variety of animals like tiger, lion, birds, monkeys, snake, rabbits, deer, elephant, insects can be seen there. So animals living in forest have a well-developed limbs and they help them to run and walk. Limbs also help them to hunt or to run away from their predators. Second is the desert. So these habitats are having sandy lands with scanty rainfall. Most deserts are very hot and dry during the day and they become cold during night. So many animals like camels, snakes, desert rats and lizards live there. The next comes the polar regions and mountains. The high mountains and polar regions are covered with snow and are very cold throughout the year. During winter, the temperature can drop to very low degrees. Animals like polar bear, penguins, seals, walrus can be seen there. Next comes the oceans. Approximately 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by oceans and seas. That is why it is called a blue planet. Oceans and seas have salty water. Different species of fish, octopus, turtles, whales, sharks, walrus, dolphins live in the oceans and the seas. And the last is the freshwater. Rivers, lakes and ponds are water bodies containing fresh water. Different kinds of fishes, snakes, frogs live in this habitat. Now let us study about adaptations. The features and habits of organisms that help them to survive in their habitats is called adaptation. Now let us study about adaptation of animals living in different habitats. Adaptations for body coverings. The body covering of an animal helps it to survive in its habitat. Now let us see how the different body coverings of different animals help them to survive. The first one is the scales. So the bodies of reptiles like crocodiles, lizards and snakes are covered with scales. Snakes shed their skin periodically. The process of shedding of old skin to replace it with the new skin is called molting. The body of the fish is also covered with scales. The next comes the shell, which protects the soft bodies of animals like tortoise, turtle, snail from damage. The hard shell also protects them from being eaten by predators. The next comes the fur or wool. The body of animals like polar bears and yak is covered with thick fur. A sheep's body is covered with wool. The fur wool helps the animals to keep themselves warm in the cold weather. The next comes the feathers. The body of birds is covered with feathers. Birds have three different types of feathers. The first one is the flight feathers, which are present on the wings and it helps the birds to fly. The second is the body feathers, which cover the body. And the third type of feather is the down feather, which keeps the body warm. And the last comes the hard body covering, which is present in the insects like grasshoppers, cockroaches, which have a hard body covering made of a substance called chitin. So children, today's explanation is over. You are requested to read the explained topic nicely and do the exercises in the copy. Thank you.